students. So we are on the last two lessons of Unit 6 before we take the test. The reason I'm mentioning this is because we are going to take the test later this week. If you are stuck or have questions, it's important that you ask them right now, because on the test days, you will not be able to get help from people around you. I can read the question to you, I can give you some nudges, but you need to show me that you can do it on your own. So if you have questions, or if there's something that you're getting stuck on a lot, be sure to ask me for help these next couple days so that you can be as successful as possible when we take the test later this week. We are working today on Unit 6, Lesson 14, page 289. One of the things that you need to be able to do is figure out if we're adding or subtracting in our equations. These ones are story problems, and so I will be reading them to you as we go. And I will do that on the test too. If you need help from me to read a story problem to you, that's one of my jobs as your teacher, is to read that story problem to you. All you have to do is ask. This isn't a reading test, this is a math test, and I want you to be able to understand what you're doing. So we'll start with number 9, and number 9 says, Tanya is working on a puzzle. She has placed 643 pieces. There are 1,000 pieces in the puzzle. How many more pieces does she have to place? You guys know me well, and I always like to start with a math mountain. So she's working on a puzzle. She has placed 643 of the pieces. That's one of the partners. There are 1,000 pieces in the puzzle. That's the total. All right, 1,000 up on top. How many more pieces does she have to place? So I know that to find that partner, I have to do what? Add or subtract, friends? Go ahead and unmute yourself and say that once. Yes, we're going to subtract. So I'm going to write the total on top because this is a subtraction equation. I'm going to minus 600. Oh, I wrote that so small. Let me write that again. 1,000 minus 643. There, that's better. I know you can see that now. All right, I know that I can't do 0 minus 3. I know that I can't do 0 minus 4. I know that I can't do 0 minus 6. If I have nothing, I can't give any of it away. So I have to jump all the way over to this 1,000, X that out, and add those 10 hundreds to the hundreds. So now I have 10 hundreds. Am I done? Nope. I need to go ahead and ungroup those 10 hundreds and leave that with 9. This is something I see a lot of people making a mistake with, is they forget to ungroup that a second time. Now I'm going to add that 100 or 10 tens to my tens. Am I done? No. What do I do to get those 10 ones over here? Remind me of what I need to do. Yes, I need to take one of those 10s and ungroup those 10 tens, which leaves there 9 tens there. And now I'm going to add those 10 ones over in the ones column. Now I can subtract. Go ahead and put what you think the answer is in the chat. Nice work. I can tell that we're getting ready for a test because this is not that hard for you anymore. So we have 357 puzzle pieces. All right. I do, you do, or I do, we do, you do. So we're gonna do this one together. So you're gonna be helping me. And that doesn't mean that just one person will keep on giving me the feedback. That means that everybody needs to unmute themselves to say the answers and put your answer in the chat. Last week I noticed that I would get about 4 kids that would put their answer in the chat, and then I had to wait a really long time. I don't know if you know this, but I wait for about half of you. So half of our class right now, we have 20 kids. That means I'm looking for 10 people to answer at least. That tells me that most kids are getting done. So as soon as you're finished and you have the answer, type it in the chat so that we can move on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this first, and then you need to tell me if we're gonna add or subtract. We're also going to make that math mountain. In March, the Shaws would be the name of a family, like my family is the Little Johns. In March, the Shaws plant some flowers. In April, they plant 178 more flowers. In the 2 months, they plant a total of 510 flowers. How many flowers do they plant in March? So let's make this math mountain first. So they plant some. I always call that a box. They plant some flowers. In April, they plant 178 more flowers. So where am I going to put 178? Nice. Yes, we're going to put it at the bottom because it's one of the partners. In 2 months, they plant a total of 510 flowers. Where will I put 510? Is it a partner or is 510 the total? They give us a big hint there. Yeah, it even told us the total. So we're trying to find the other partner. Are we going to add 178 plus 510? Or are we going to subtract 510 minus 178? Go ahead and unmute yourself and tell me one time. All right, so I agree. We're going to do 510 minus 178. All right, 0 minus 8 is 8. 1 minus 7 is 6. This is so easy. Do I have the right answer there? This is a mistake that I see a lot of kids make. Yeah, you can't just flip it upside down and get the right answer, can you? We have to do our ungrouping. So tell me, how am I going to ungroup this? What do I need to do? You are right. I can't subtract 0 minus 8. I can't subtract 1 minus 7. I have to go over to the hundreds and ungroup that. So that becomes 4 hundreds. I'm going to add that 100 to this 10. How many 10s do I have there now? Thank you. I have 11 10s. Am I finished? So what do I need to do? All right, I'm going to ungroup this 11 10s, take 1 10 and add it to my 10 ones. Go ahead and put the answer in the chat. Remember, I'm looking for about 10 kids to put their answer in the chat. So we got 332 flowers. All right, we did these two together. We're gonna do these ones on your own. When you're finished, take a picture of your work so I can see how you solved your equations and turn it into me. I'm going to read number 11 and 12 to you in case you need me to do that. Otherwise, get cruising. Jeremy has 48 action figures. Jeremy has 14 more action figures than Keith. How many action figures does Keith have? Number 12, Paul gives out flyers about a play. He gives out 194 flyers at the bakery. He gives out 358 flyers at the grocery store. How many fewer flyers does he give out at the bakery than at the grocery store?